Okay, is the death of chivalry due to men or women? We'll start here with Miss Puerto Rico. What do you think?
Who killed it?
Who killed chivalry, men or women, in your opinion? And
Women.
tell us why. You think women?
Yeah.
Why?
Because not that we expect too much, but a lot of the times we don't display what we should as a woman, a lady. So why would a man want to give you chivalry if you're not presenting yourself as someone who deserves it?
Well said.
All right. What about you, Miss Haiti?
I'll say women as well. Only reason I'll say that is because women outlook is very much different. Basically, is taught to like, okay, if a male cannot be this type of person, at least they could be a provider financially. And certain females starting to turn to that way from the influence, go with the male for financial reasons rather than anything further. Meaning, even if you hurt your feelings, oh, I'm with him financially, it doesn't matter. That's where most of their mindsets are currently.
Okay, let me try to understand this. So you're saying that women killed chivalry because
Their mindset?
they commodify men into only a provider standpoint? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
And they'll overlook other negative attributes?
Yeah, totally. Because you'll have women who openly be side women, long as the male is continuously being a provider.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Like, all right. So basically, they'll lose their self-respect to continue to get a check.
Right.
All right.
Bars.
What about you?
That was like female translation 101.
Yeah, bro. I had to translate the woman. Man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That shit was hard to understand, but that's fine.
Okay, well, I completely completely different. I think men and women should be equal. I think we should all be equal in what we give and what we give out.
The question was who killed chivalry. But then we can go into this equality talk too if you want. But who do you think killed chivalry, men or women?
I don't really agree with the question. I think that it should be equal.
Oh, okay. You don't believe in chivalry at all?
I just think the question should be equal.
Damn.
That no one killed anything.
50-50.
Okay, let me ask you this then. All right. All right. Because you said you don't agree with the question. All right. Could we agree?
I mean, it's not that I don't agree, but I just think that it should be equal.
Okay.
So you're opening my doors? No. Real talk.
I mean,
all right, let's stay on topic here. You said it should be equal, correct? I don't want to misquote you, right?
Correct.
All right, it should be equal. But the key word here is should. Let's real quick operate on what is, right?
Okay, yes, technically in all technicality, it should be that the guy gives the woman everything, but like in reality.
Okay, let's just go off of how the world has been working for the past hundreds, if not thousands of years. Men courted women and showed chivalry, etc., right? I would say that that's kind of died a bit.
Okay, so then
it's equal, like it's going more equal, like you're saying. Okay, let me ask you this: Who's made it more? Who's contributed more to it being equal, the men or the women?
The men.
You gotta rephrase. You think the men have contributed to it being more? Okay, why do you say that?
I mean, I guess the men are supposed to give and give and give more, but I think everything should be equal, in my opinion.
But why do you think the men made it more equal?
Because that's just the way that generation thinks the way things are.
All right. Okay. What about you? Who do you think killed chivalry?
Get your friend, man.
Bro, I can't interrupt.
I would say I agree with her in an extent because.
What is that extent? Because we're still trying to understand it.
Okay. I definitely do think it should be 50-50 to a certain extent. But I do think women did kill chivalry.
Why did they kill it?
Because, like, Nana, like Nana said, definitely we expect way too much. And it's gotten to a point that we're breaking down you guys men to get what we want, and it's not working.
I don't want to be an asshole, but you do realize by your statement earlier saying that it should be 50-50, you just killed chivalry,
Okay,
right?
then what you mean? How?
You didn't see what happened there?
No.
Okay. You said you think relationships should be 50-50.
To a certain extent.
No, 50-50 is 50-50. It's numerical.
Okay, fine. Then just scratch that then.
Yeah, so it's
You
50-50.
mean like
Which means
70-40.
equal authority, equal decision-making skills, everything. 50-50 is 50-50,
Okay,
right?
let's put it this way.
So by you saying that, you literally are killing chivalry in your own statement. Because you know what chivalry is, right?
Yeah.
What is chivalry? Tell me what chivalry is.
Okay, chivalry is when you're a provider. A man is a provider. You're giving.
Okay, so if you're a provider, what
Mhm.
about that is 50-50?
Okay, let me rephrase what I said then. So 50-50 in a certain extent, meaning like,
70-40.
okay, yeah, I guess 70-40. Like a woman is not supposed to sit there.
30.
I don't think a woman is just supposed to sit there and just get from a man. Like you're supposed to give as well. But in certain aspects, like for example, in my family, my dad was a provider for my mom, myself, and my siblings. He was the breadwinner. He made sure that we had a bed to sleep in, a house to live in. He was all of that. But from my mom's standpoint, she was a provider, as in taking care of the kids, taking care of the house.
Yeah, but the question is chivalry.
Okay. Then you can scratch the 50-50 part.
Yo, that was crazy. Around the world to end up in the same place. All right, good job.
All right, what about you?
That was kinda
Who do you
fun.
think killed chivalry?
It's circumstantial, isn't it? Really, like.
If you had to pick one gender that's more responsible for the death of chivalry, or you could say, I don't think it's dead. What do you think?
I don't know, like I agree with like the 50-50 as well. But then you guys are going to comment on that and probably change my mind along the way as I speak. So
I'm realizing something here, and we'll continue on. But I'm realizing
mind.
something, well, even deeper than that. All right, what about you? Who do you think killed chivalry?
Okay.
Men or women?
We're all going off track here, so I'm gonna say both.
Okay.
Hello.
All right.
50-50.
Yeah.
Hello.
Which is another way of saying 50-50, by the way.
Hear me
You
out.
realize that's another way of saying 50-50 by
I'm
saying
not
both.
saying like that, like not 50-50 in the sense we should be doing all the same stuff, but in the sense that women are
genders?
expecting too much and men won't step up to fill that gap as well.
Okay, but who would you say is the main precipitator of the
My
killing of
ex
the
killed chivalry.
Your ex?
Single-handedly.
Fuck that nigga, right?
Single-handedly.
Oh,
I'm
right.
sorry, guys.
Okay, so men killed chivalry. All right. Why do you think men killed it then?
That's what I'm saying.
Because you're bums.
I was just talking about my ex, but I guess I don't know. Didn't want to open my door or something.
How dare him?
I know. No, I'm fucking with you.
How dare you?
Okay.
I think women.
You think women?
I said both, but I'll go with women for this point.
Why?
It's the need to have attention on you or to feel loved. You take it where you can get it. Not for everyone, but for the most part. Whenever somebody doesn't meet your standards, it's why isn't he texting me? Why isn't he calling me? He doesn't open your door, but he's there to not open your door, if you make sense. As long as they're there, you're fine with it.
Okay.
You don't care for the lack of
Not expecting
doing
more
this and
is
that.
what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? Who do you think killed chivalry more, men or women?
I believe that chivalry still exists.
Okay.
However, I do believe that it is a decline that started way before.
Who's
now.
led to the decline of it more?
I think I'm not really good at history, so you're gonna have to correct me on this, but I think it started with the World War II.
Oh,
When all
shit.
the men were out, and then the women had to step up to the plate, and then the whole women's suffrage movement, and then they started like
You're actually very correct about that.
Yeah, you
Oh,
are.
she's
So,
thinking. Oh, okay.
Like
All
I
right.
feel like that was the beginning.
W
of it.
Jamaica.
Yeah, if only that nigga got in the... If only he got in the...
What, bro?
Oh,
Myron, no.
It's crazy. That shit funny, though.
I mean, like that's my point, but I still believe that chivalry still exists in places, and a lot of women here are commenting on their current experience, like seeking things and seeking their satisfaction in places because they're not getting it now and such. But that was a problem that started way beyond where we are now.
So you think the whole women entering the workforce and I guess inadvertently masculinizing themselves is what led to the decline of chivalry?
In a sense, yes. I think also that a lot of ladies here are commenting on the whole 50-50 aspect.
Yeah.
Our talents
are different.
Okay.
We confuse leadership with provider a lot. I believe to provide is what we see in like materialistic value.
Mm-hmm.
But to lead, you have to have a goal in mind. You have to be able to lend your specific talent. And women are more emotionally involved than men are.
Mm.
So it's for men to be able to provide all the time, they're able to detach themselves from a feeling and just get the job done.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
But
so-
wouldn't you say that's important for a leader
yes,
to be okay?
absolutely. I like to embrace all that I am. So I know in the long term, I don't want that
To be a leader.
kind of position.
Wait,
no.
so what happened to your ex? Why'd you break up? Your baby daddy.
My ex?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's no longer with us.
Oh, he passed away.
Oh.
But while we were together, I was in that situation where I was in that provider situation, and I did resent him for it.
All right.
Got it.
Understandable. And you said you grew to resent him for it? Yeah, I could see you like nodding along when I was talking about that. Okay.
R.I.P. to homeboy.
Yeah.
Damn, man. I feel like an asshole now.
No, I mean, it
From that song
happens.
earlier.
Oh yeah, Chris. God
Fucking
damn,
different.
no way. She's single, bro.
No, damn, man.
Yeah.
Damn,
I'm an
man.
asshole, man. Oh, Chris in
Fucking
the
dick.
chat, bro.
All right. What about you? Who do you think is contributed more to the death of chivalry, men or women, and why?
I kind of agree with what she said. I guess I'm going to say women just because I feel like we have a lot more freedom
You
nowadays.
grew World War II?
Do I agree with it? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, because we have more rights as women nowadays.
At least she's honest.
No, the fact that like women are like in the workforce now and like we have more rights and stuff, and
Okay.
we basically have more freedom, therefore less judgments on like what we're accepting. And I feel like some women just accept less than they actually deserve, therefore making the men like a little lazy with their chivalry. Oh my god, I can't even talk. Sorry. I'm nervous.
Trust me, it happens. It happens.
You're nervous.
No, I can't say the word either at all. I don't know why.
Chivalry?
Okay.
Chivalry.
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 Okay. All right.
This is great. Now I know how I feel.
Yeah. All right. What about you? Who do you think killed chivalry, men or women, and why?
Probably women, I think.
Why do you say that?
Well, I mean, I guess if you look at like, think about like all the ways that women, right, are trying to do things on their own. You get what I'm saying? Not so look at like what I do, for example, OnlyFans, okay?
Yeah.
Or, you know, there's a million other examples that I can make, but things that don't entirely support a male taking care of you. You know what I mean? Or something like that. So I guess that kind of like, though I'm not a feminist, it goes along the lines of all of that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think that like, I don't really know, but I think just the uprising of like, can't blame it on feminism, but I think that and I don't know, I guess some of the opportunities that we've gotten recently, like OnlyFans and all that. But yeah, it's definitely the women's fault for getting into it. They didn't have to. You know what I mean? Though that might be a thing, but yeah. So
it's your fault.
that's what I said from the beginning. First sentence.
Okay, so I'll use an analogy here. Let's go into a dream world, all right? So I can explain this to all the ladies, so they really, really understand this from the other perspective, right? So let's say, right, there's an old lady walking across the street with a bunch of bags, right? And she's fucking jacked. Like, she's carrying these bags, and she's able to fucking, like, carry them, and she's able-bodied. She's been going to the gym, right? One scenario. But then another scenario, old lady is carrying these bags. She can't carry them. She's falling over and shit like that. And you've done this before. You've helped this woman before. You've helped old ladies before, and you get this like amazing feeling. You get this really happy feeling when you help her across the street with the bags and bring her to her front door, etc. So, two scenarios. One lady needs the help, and you get this amazing feeling. And then on the other hand, woman doesn't look like she needs help, but maybe you could go up and say, hey, you might get some fucking arthritis or some shit here. And just so you know, you don't have to help her, but you can get that same dopamine hit, that happiness from, like, I don't know, fucking popping a pill. Which one do you think most people are going to elect for? You're probably going to, what's easier, to not help the lady, right? And just pop the pill and feel the happiness?
No. I mean, I mean, I don't
What's
know.
the easier routes?
Well,
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
know
saying.
about, yeah, I don't know about most people. I think like easier route is
not-
different for everyone. Like for me personally, I would feel guilty if I popped a pill and you know what I mean, get whatever. I think the easier route for me
Stop the cap.
would be helping someone else.
Okay.
Honestly.
But human beings, let's be honest here. Human beings typically
Overall,
always want to
probably
go the easier route, right?
Probably the selfish route. Yeah, what's
Yeah.
gonna help them and yeah.
Yeah. So like it used to be, you had to help the old lady with the bag, get her to her front door, and you get the dopamine hit from doing that, right?
I was born in 2002. I wasn't here for that.
I'm giving you, you're reading way too much into the analogy. I'm just giving it as an example. So 2 scenarios. One old lady carrying the bags needs help. You help her with the bags, right? Get her to her front door, you feel happy. Second scenario, she don't need your fucking help. And you can pop a pill and get the same level of happiness. What are most people gonna elect to do?
Pill.
I feel like a pill is so random. Like maybe instead of okay, sorry, I don't know.
I don't think he
I
needs to be
wouldn't pick a
literal.
pill. Okay, I guess if
I
whatever.
feel like it's based off of instincts and based
I
off
would've
the
helped her.
person themselves because I would have
This is
helped
too
her.
much.
Yeah, I
it
would
just
help
takes
her.
nothing
Example,
but like
guys.
what 30 seconds to help someone out.
I'd love
Yeah,
to believe
exactly.
the
That's
person
easier.
themselves.
What do you think
People are
most
just
human beings are
good.
gonna do, though?
Number 1 or number 2?
I mean, I feel like it's
Pop a
half and
pill.
half.
Most
Not
human beings
everybody
are gonna take the
leaves
pill.
people to fend on their own.
It's
Not
such a
everyone-
pessimistic
Okay, you
point to
personally,
think they
wait,
would you
do
help
that.
an old lady if you see y'all live in the same apartment
Yeah.
building, y'all live across from each other,
Yeah.
and she comes home with a bunch of orders? You wouldn't stop for 30 seconds to help her at least bring it in the door or
Listen,
not?
I'm black. I would steal her bags and run away. Don't ask me a question. But I think we can make it simple here. Raise your hand if you can do number 1. It can be down for number 2.
What was 1 and 2 again?
said
Okay.
it.
I think they read way too much into popping
Yeah.
a pill. I could have said
Yeah.
eating a candy cane and felt the same
Yeah, the
level of
pills-
happiness.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to
they're so fucking
It
wrapped
takes
up on the
20
pill.
seconds to take someone and help someone
the
out.
point I'm trying to make is, so scenario 1 is what we have now with the diesel old lady carrying her own shit, and you're able to pop a pill and get the same level of happiness, versus carrying the bag for her, walking her to her front door, getting that dopamine. In other words, men no longer feel the need to sit there and provide for women, especially when we can get sex without doing so.
Okay, that makes more
Okay, but-
sense.
Yeah.
You didn't say that the first time. You didn't say that the first time.
It's called an analogy.
He's making it indirect.
It's called an analogy.
You
Okay.
didn't place men
So-
or female in it. Females will do it with no problem. Male sometimes expect stuff in return. And it's an old lady. What do you expect out of an old lady?
Bruh. The analogy is just to describe
Okay.
that human beings are typically, I mean, men especially in this, I'm talking about men especially. Why am I gonna help this old lady out, right? When she already's getting her own help, and I can get what I want, that happiness, that dopamine hit, without having to carry the bags for her.
The analogy is the woman or the old lady. Like, why would you go help
you.
her if
Holy
they're
fuck.
gonna,
Someone gets it.
if you're gonna feel good anyway? If that makes sense.
Thank you.
Okay. But my point was,
Thank you.
regardless
All right.
of if I'm gonna feel happy of doing it, it only takes 20 seconds. If I see me personally, I can't speak for everyone. If I see it in my face, I'm
But
going
let's
to
be
do
real
it.
here.
It's
How many
not
times
pressure.
do
You
come
ran
out of
away
your
from
car
home.
just to
Stop
help
it.
someone
That's
pass
why I
through?
ran away. Stop
Okay,
it.
I don't be anywhere that no one wants
you
to
do
be. That's
you do understand that it's an analogy to display
right.
with the current
Completely
state that we're
understand.
in.
You just asked.
Feminism is the old lady walking with her own bag, strong enough to carry it, and then the men not needing to help her and being able to get the same dopamine of helping her, aka the sex, by popping a pill. That is
Absolutely.
pornography. That is escorts. That is the casual dating society, hookup culture that we have. That is the analogy, ladies. That's what I'm trying to
Right.
display.
Yeah, I think we were
But
all
you
looking at
didn't-
it
he didn't
like
put sex
actually
on it.
geriatric.
He didn't
like I
put
think
a
we were all
sex
like
on it.
not. I understand now.
It's definitely
but-
easier
Yeah.
to
I changed
not
my,
do
I changed
it
my
then.
mind now.
You gotta make
Yeah.
it more simple, bro.
I thought they'd understand.
Yeah, no, it's
Not really.
It's Wednesday night.
All right, fair enough.
Let's do some chats real quick, or you want to?
Niggas in the chat, if anybody said the low L analogy, you're a fucking retard. Like, I think that made perfect sense. Okay, what do we got here?
Do these chats